It's going to be a good time. Now, for those of you who have not necessarily been keeping up with the Winter Cup, we've already done the group stages. We've got that done and dusted. We've already got the first round of the knockout stages in the books as well. So we're starting to get down to it. We're not quite at the quarterfinals yet, but we're moving along pretty quickly.
Yep, we've got these two to play into the quarterfinals. Opie, who beat Ponoob in the round of 32 in a really tight set, and then Ada. I don't actually remember who they beat, but I know that they beat them pretty soundly.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be a good match. Now, we've got the draft in already. OpiWrites won the coin flip, so got to choose the first venue. I should probably explain how this works if people aren't aware. So the way that the match format works in this case is that each player picks from a set of 4 venues out of a few different possible sets of them. And then their opponent will ban out one of the venues of their opponent's set for a total of 6 venues, and you play each side once on each venue for a best of 12. OpiWrites picks first, and he picks the set Waving Through a Window, which is Gallery, Pub, High Rise, and Ballroom. Ada picks House Party, which is Modern, Redwoods, High Rise, and Veranda. Ada bans out Ballroom, and Opie bans out House Party. So that leaves us with Gallery, Pub, High Rise, Modern, Redwoods, and Veranda.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how those house party venues go. The Redwoods being open for Opie is pretty exciting to me, and then I haven't seen Opie get to snipe on Veranda for a while, so I'm excited to see that as well.
Yeah, Redwoods is always an interesting time with so many goddamn trees in the way.
Yep, one of Opie's favorites, one of my favorites. Just kind of a playground for the Spy as long as they can get things done in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like we are indeed ready to get things underway, starting with Gallery. Opie on the Spy first, Ada on the Sniper. Let's get this thing started in 3, 2, 1, playing it. That is a very fast highlight. I wonder what that was for.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was just trying to highlight Kane as he got to the statue, or if it was something that we are not aware of that was telling for Opie's Spy.
Either way, very, very early highlight, and has not been able to find a way to make this seduce happen. Has been trying throughout the early portions of this game, but no luck as of yet. So
yeah, that highlight does get brought back down. It must have just been an accident. Chasing pearls on Gallery is usually a tough task, so we do finally get into this conversation and get that 32% to make the 3 flirt happen.
Yeah, 32% is not what you usually see, but it is just barely in range if we can get a little bit closer for the next couple of flirts to not have to worry about hitting green tests. But if we sit here and wait for the timer, we are going to have to hit a green on one of the next 2 in order to get the flirt done cleanly. And this is not necessarily a venue where it's super easy to get flirt done, even if your seduction target isn't pearls.
Yeah, especially with this whole first minute and a half gone, and we've just got that first flirt. We're going to get the cooldown expiring very soon, and we'll be able to get that second flirt, which we do, and it is a green test, so we are in range for that 3 flirt, and we're just going to split right away to make sure we can get that cooldown reset.
Yeah, making sure you don't have to get a green on the last flirt is very important, because then you can plan around being certain that your next flirt is going to do it, and as long as you're at least reasonably close. And at this point, all he's doing is... Oh, that was actually a contact rather than the flirt coming off first. There's a... Oh my god, we got the contact done, we got the flirt done, we've got a purloin pending now as well on the green test. So that's a lot that got done right away. There's the take. Did he get a good look at the fade?
The tray was on screen. I'm not sure if he saw the fade at all, but he certainly knows that the purloin's gone. Takes some lowlights out front, But we are chasing this ambassador. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get that bug without being caught here.
Yeah, it's a solid reaction, but far from a perfect one. Got a lot of lowlights outside, but not as much information as he would have liked to have had, as Opie has 3 missions done at this point with 1:05 left on the clock, but no other progress.
Yep, the ambassador now is going to that back spot in the conversation. This is a bug opportunity for us. It looks like
And
Opie's going to
here
take
we
it.
go. It's too early. He sent the bug out too early and wasn't able to get in close enough. Doesn't look like it was seen by Ada. But Opie is now in a very difficult position at the green bookcase at this point with 40 seconds left to play. How are we going to finish this?
It looks like we're just going to put this book back, I'm guessing. Oh
No,
no, we're
no,
going to
it's
we're going
going
to take it out.
No reaction from Ada. 30 seconds left to play. The beep beeps begin, but this book is going down. And unless Ada is able to somehow find the shot without any reaction to this point, it doesn't look like it's happening. And Opie, with a bit of a desperation move at the end, manages to find his way to a spy win in game number 1.
Yeah, that bug it seemed like it should have taken, but we just bounce off a little bit, and we don't get quite close enough. So takes that green book out and just confidently strides right across on camera over to the blue bookcase and gets that first spy win.
Well, that's that's one way to start the match. Good grief. All right. Well, Ada, looking to answer back from the spy side of gallery, Opie on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And it's Wheels, the spy of choice this time around.
Yep, discount Smallman for gallery. Not quite as invisible in the back, but can still do some things.
And quite importantly, doesn't have the same amount of extreme suspicion that Smallman winds up with. First flirt comes off for 23%, which is not great, but we'll see if we're able to get some green tests in the future.
Yeah, even starting with that 23% is such a big deal on a venue like gallery. Just getting some progress so that you don't have to chase as hard in the later part of the game.
Yeah, as long as you can get an early flirt. Into the blue bookcase we go at this point, able to pick up a fingerprint while we're here. A difficult fingerprint, too, so the fact that he hit that is it could be very big moving forward because those aren't always the easiest to track. Animation transfer white test, but OpiWrites was zoomed in at the front of the party, so it wound up being off camera.
Yeah, that ambassador was just so vulnerable out there in the front conversation. It was completely packed. He was in the back. And so we get that white microfilm at the blue bookcase, and that's the harder bookcase to get the microfilm at. That green bookcase is going to be much easier for Wheels to get an action test by.
And into the statues we go for our first pair of inspects. No mission completions yet with 2 minutes and 10 to play, but lots and lots of progress. And here is that going to be that first mission completion as we take the print from the briefcase. Might have been a touch close to the ambassador, but not close enough to start raising alarm bells.
Yeah, we do get the highlight, but I think that's just because Opie knows we now have 2 prints. Credited that difficult on the blue bookcase. So we're going to have to get away with that microfilm, I think, without inducing a shot here.
It looks like that's our plan as well, as Adam moves into the green bookcase, looking to see if he can get this thing away. Minute and 30 seconds left on the clock, and we still need those 2 flirts. No more flirts have happened since the start of the game. Pulling the book out of the bookcase as well to go wash it out front. But the seduction target not quite playing nice, unfortunately. We might be able to get it on the way back, but...
Yeah, good move by Ada there. Alice couldn't fit into that front conversation. She turns around. Oh, she's going to get a briefcase now. We're just not
That's
going to be able to
just
get this flirt
disappointing.
done. This flirt is not
1
going to get
minute to
done.
play as well. Yeah, the flirt is looking increasingly unlikely, which is such a shame after the, well, this could be something. Ah, it's not green though. It's only 56%. That might be the nail in the coffin for the flirt. So we're going to need to come up with another plan with 40 seconds left to play. We still need to finish this transfer. We still need a statue visit, but seduction target is playing nice once again. So this might be enough if we go really quickly here. Here's the green test on the animation transfer. Basically invisible behind the conversation. This has to move really fast now.
And I think we're going to get shot.
Yep, we got safety off for a second there. I don't think this is going to be enough for Ada. It's 90% on the flirt, but even if it was green, it's not enough. The shot comes off, and Opie picks up a 2-game lead off the top.
Yep, Opie was really suspicious of us going back to that green bookcase and putting the book back relatively quickly for a book return. So almost shoots when we get into the conversation, but then feels he has to shoot when we talk immediately.
Indeed. So it looks like Modern is going to be our next venue, with Opie sweeping the first one, but that game is still in progress. So because of competitive integrity issues, we're not going to be able to start that until it's done.
Yep, that game was really rough for Ada towards the end of it. The seduction target not being agreeable in the last minute and a half, and the double agent not entering the conversation in the last minute. So couldn't get
Yeah,
a contact, couldn't get those inspects without getting shot, and couldn't get the flirt done.
yeah, the AI just wasn't playing nice throughout most of that game. The seduction target was starting to get a little bit friendlier at the end, but at that point it was a bit too little, too late.
And that's the big risk of going for something like wheels on gallery is you just can't get like a crash bug at the end of the game just because that bug is going to be so on screen.
Yes,
So
Wheels is a little bit too wide of a character to be able to slip those things under the radar.
yeah, especially against a player like OpiWrites that's gonna sell out for that bug. I mean, you saw at the beginning of that game, he's selling out the entire back of of the party just to see the bug at the front.
Yeah, and Ada was able to get a white animation transfer at the blue bookcase out of it, and those are usually death, but wasn't
Yeah, and
enough.
getting away with them on gallery is usually a win too. So kind
Yeah.
of rough the way that that broke towards the end of the game.
Either way, we're ready to get into the next one as OpiWrites picks up the spy roll once again against Ada's sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And it's Pearls as the spy on a very
Yeah, it's
large
not
map.
quite as bad as when it was 5 of 8, but it is still really tough to get missions done as pearls on modern. So we'll have to see what Opie can bring out, especially starting on the opposite end of the venue.
The
Yeah,
walking times are just so long on this venue. We'll see what Opie is able to do with it, but a slow start is not helping matters. Looks like it's going to be green bookcase to start off the spy festivities here. We'll see what winds up happening with this. It looks like it's going to be an animation transfer right away. Bit of a head turn on screen, but the arm very much was not, courtesy of a large pole. So that is green microfilm in pocket with presumably no suspicion for it.
yeah, that's going to be the easiest microfilm to get. That conversation was really full, but getting a microfilm action test on the blue or red bookcase is a lot tougher on modern.
In conversation now with both the seduction target and the double agent, and we really do want to get as much as we can out of this. 34% off of a close white flirt, so not able to hit the green on that one, which means we're going to need to do a little bit more chasing of the seduction target later on, which is worrying with pearls. Here comes the contact as well as no, the double
Oh,
agent steps away from it.
it was so good for so long, and then as soon as we take it, our seduction target and the double agent split, so we don't even get the real, and we do get even more lowlights than we were expecting.
It's often nice to see the seduction target step away early so you can give chase for another fairly quick flirt, but in this case, it's not working out. A distant green. Oh no, it's not quite enough to get what we needed out of it. It's 63%. which is 3% shy of what we wanted. So we are going to have to hit another green test to finish the flirt, up in 3. Into the bar we go, but it's not looking great for Opie so far, just time-wise. Picking up a delegate very quickly.
Oh, look at this seduction target, though. He comes just a little bit too late for us to be able to reject and scoot over next to him. So we don't get that flirt even though he chases us to the bar.
There's the real contact coming off as we step into conversation here once again. Session target might be friendly here. No is going somewhere else entirely. And OpiWrites has to give chase, but it's gonna be a window, and Pearls is not fast, so this is gonna be scary.
Yep, we do send the double agent to get that purloin off in the wake of that contact. So the purloins come off, and there's no list taker to frame here. And we
And
gulp the drink, so
also
I'm not
not really
sure.
much reaction coming out of Ada.
Yeah, not sure what they're going to do about thinking who could have sent the double agent there.
Flirt finally gets done as Opie is successfully able to track down that seduction target, but with 1 minute left to play, all we have is this green microfilm in pocket, and there is not a lot of cover for the blue bookcase here.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to get this blue book and then hope that the ambassador goes somewhere really vulnerable. And it looks like they're just going to go to this front set of statues, and that just means we're not going to have cover for this microfilm.
Indeed, it's a green test, so that helps the movement of Ada. There
Oh,
was another pole in the way, just sliding around a little bit too much. Opie's able to get the microfilm done cleanly, and that is going to be yet another game win for OpiWrites.
yeah, back-to-back mission wins for OpiWrites. Gets him a 3-0 lead, and I think that if that microfilm was a white test, OpiWrites was absolutely dead.
Yeah, I think so. But sometimes a green test for the win is what it comes down to, and those aren't always bad odds. Now, the arm coming down was on camera, but just the amount that Ada was moving around on the sniper, I think, is what caused him to not be able to see that.
Banana bread.
Yeah, I think so too. And OpiWrites with one of the best competitive action test rates in SpyParty nails the green flirt that we needed in that last minute and nails that green microfilm that we needed in order to get the mission win.
Very clutch stuff coming out of the Opie at the end of that spy game. Brings him up 3-0 in a best of 12. Ada's got a lot of ground to make up, but it might start here on the spy side of Modern in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Much faster character than Opie wound up with, and it looks like a very kind seduction target to go with it. Green test for 50%.
Yep, if we can manage to timer flirt this out, then that'll just be a nice 2 flirt and get that mission done without a ton of heat for being right next to them. Instead, we're going to step away and just go ahead and get that cooldown gone.
Yeah, this is a strong start coming out of Ada. Into the red bookcase we go.
And I love this from Ada. The bar is completely full, so we're going to go get a red book. I think we should probably take this book out, but now we've definitely been seen at that bookcase.
Yeah. And I think now we've been there too long to take it out, so indeed it just goes right back where we found it. Looks like it's going to be briefcase for a print, and we're not going to be able to get any prints off of drinks, but we are definitely noticing that there's one hot on the green bookcase now, so we'll see if we're able to get this flirt done in 2.
Yeah, it looks like Opie's strategy going into this set is hardtails, and Ada's strategy going into this set is fingerprints.
Very much so. It is a green test, so that's
Nice.
the 2 flirt done. Good spacing on both of them, too. It looks like they were both exactly 50% seductions, which is very nice to see.
Yep, now we're going to have to figure out what we want to do next. Duke is going to take the easy print off this green bookcase.
So we're going to have to go pretty quickly, even if we want the difficult one.
Yep, it looks like we're not going to go for that. Instead, I think we might be coming out here to General. No, we're going to go to the bar instead.
Yep, it looks like it's bar time. There have been lots of visitors earlier on, so if we want to make Really good use of this delegate. We're gonna have to send someone very quickly to possibly frame one of the earlier bar goers. It
Yeah,
is the delegate.
not sure if Opie started zooming on us because the ambassador got there or because they noticed that we just demanded a drink a couple seconds after we requested.
Hard to say. No highlight as of yet, but highlights are usually used for tracking on this venue, so we'll see what happens moving forward. Ada certainly not rushing a delegate, so there's not going to be a whole lot of other bar goers to frame for this particular one.
And if we do send somebody, it's going to be Duke right now, who doesn't have very much mission progress. We are going to send him though, and he's going to be last in line of 3 people. I'm not sure if this is going to come off.
Didn't wait too long before the delegate got set, but it is going to be a while to wait at the bar, so we shall see. Minute and 15 left to play, and Ada really needs this purloin to happen because there's just not a whole lot of time right now. Into the statues we go to pick up the last fingerprint and a pair of inspects. So if this fingerprint does come off, sorry, if this purloin does come off,
Yeah, and it did not. It expired about 5 seconds before Duke could have taken the list. So we're going to be behind on missions now. Going to have to get a contact and another inspect as we go statue to statue.
the only other option is an inspect swap, but this is not a good statue for it. There's the inspect, 35 seconds left, a pretty quick put down. Are we going to be able to find a bug? Are we going to have to get the contact? It looks like the double agent is where we're headed. But the double agent steps away before we arrives. Oh, he came back. Everything's fine.
Yeah, comes right back. What a great double agent there. This is not a great contact though.
Sometimes you have
in
to
the red.
take the bad ones if you're running out of time. It's low lights. It's low lights. That's not what you want to see. Safety off on Ada for a second, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Oh.
He's thinking about it, but does not take the shot. And Ada picks up the first game of the set.
Yeah, Opie really wanted to shoot there, but I think that Opie thought, you know what, this is too perfect. They just got their fingerprints done. They just got their inspects done. This has to be a frame. There's no way that they just entered and white BB'd that late in the game right at 10 seconds, but they did.
It happened. It very much happened. It was, you could really tell how bad he wanted to take that shot, but just didn't quite feel confident enough to pull the trigger on it. And Ada is now on the board heading into high rise any 4 of 8 and on the sniper side against Opie's currently flawless spy in 3, 2, 1 playing it.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit of bad memories there for Opie as sniper on modern.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
bug
he
really
does get a nice
early.
bug.
Straight through the conversation. That might be game. That might be the game.
Now it is 4 of 8 high rise. It's not 3 of 5, so we still got to get more missions done and accrue some more suspicion. But we do get a microfilm at that bookcase.
Oh man, this is so fast. There's the first flirt as well for 34%. Opie having a hard time hitting the early green tests on the flirt, but hasn't been him so far.
Yeah, I do think that that's going to slow down this rush, though, from Opie. I think if he would have hit that 51%, he's going to go straight to that green bookcase or straight into a contact. But instead, we don't get the 51%, and we're going to have to chase a couple more flirts.
Yeah. Opie, if he had hit that green test, he had the opportunity to really fly through this, but not going to happen this time. In conversation with the double agent, the contact comes off. Pretty good contact, too. I think there's one low light for it, but not much else.
Yeah, I think that Irish might have also been out, but she's behind the divider there, so Ada does not see that they're out. And instead, a highlight stays highlight, and everybody else has a real contact except for General.
Out to the windows goes Opie. Already got the bug done. Already got the contact done. Already got one flirt and blue microfilm in pocket with still over 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, and I think that if you're Opie here, you have to consider not finishing up this microfilm. Just going ahead and getting some inspects done and getting the flirt done, because You don't have very much heat. Everybody has real BB, and a couple other people already has statue visits.
Yeah, inspects are kind of scary, and if people have statue visits, they're going to start taking a lot more of the attention. Another white flirt comes off to bring us up to 68%. Seduction target steps away as well. We kind of want to avoid fingerprints right now,
Oh, but
but
we're
it
gonna chase
looks
him to this green bookcase. We're gonna get the seduce and the microfilm done.
absolutely. There's the flirt happening. Here's the book take. This is going to
Moment of
be
truth.
not a super fast finish, but certainly fast enough to make Ada think twice about taking the shot here. Does Opie get this? He times it well. It's a white test behind the divider. Ada doesn't get a good look at it. And that is another spy win for OpiWrites.
And it's another multiple hardtail microfilm uh, mission win countdown.
Opie is on fire on the spy side right now. Good grief.
Yeah, just getting every microfilm by Ada. When you get away with microfilm, it's definitely one of the best missions in the game. The big risk with it, obviously, is that you can catch it fairly consistently. But
Here, I think Opie might have found a tell for Ada. You notice that he waits until the moment Ada stops moving to start the microfilm transfer.
yeah, I think so too. I think that he knows that when Ada stops moving, he's zooming in. Um, and so he sees he's zoomed over there on the left, does the action test, and behind that screen, just you cannot see anything out of Kane's right arm.
Opie at 4, Ada at 1 in the second game of High Rise. Opie on the sniper side against Ada's spy, who has a mountain to climb in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, we saw the spy win from Ada in the last game. Just getting all those soft tells done and just daring Opie to shoot. Opie did not take the shot last game, so he might try for a
It's a swap.
similar
It's a
strategy.
red swap, but it's a swap nonetheless. I don't think Opie is going to be looking for this so early on. Yeah,
Oh, and
just took a look at the statue. Had no idea it got swapped. That's a free mission.
yeah, that's a huge mission too. Opie is the type of sniper that can be humble enough to say, you know what, I didn't check the statues early. There's a chance this wasn't a Falcon before he grabbed it.
Banana
But
bread.
if he does not credit him with that and take a shot on 3 missions done, then he's just going to be in huge trouble on the sniper.
Like, that's also 2 inspects. The contact has now come off to let off a couple of lowlights, but not too bad, all things considered. This is fast. This is really fast.
Yeah, this is just as fast, if not faster, as Opie's game, as we're going to have 2 inspects and 43% flirt. All we need is 2 quick flirts and another set of side inspects, and we'll have missions done.
Still 2 minutes and 30 on the clock as well. Back into conversation we go. 43% on the flirt currently, lining up for a second one. Seduction target steps away though, so that's going to put a damper on the plans.
Yeah, Ada was being nice and patient with that flirt, and Salmon really punishes him for it, but maybe comes right back. Ah,
Yeah. Had himself in position where he was obligated to take the briefcase and did just that. So that's 1 print put away. And a flirt at the windows to bring us up to 77% with just under 2 minutes on the clock. This is looking pretty good for Ada, despite the highlight.
yeah, he breaks the seduction target off from getting that. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that
not good.
wasn't a pad. It doesn't look like Opie caught it. We're back in the statues again. There's the inspects done, which is often enough to trigger a shot just by itself, and it looks like Opie is indeed going to take it. Opie, it wasn't looking good for him early on, but manages to find his way back into it. It's 5-1.
Yeah, and Opie, he does credit that swap being done, but he does not take that shot very safely. 9.7 seconds had come off since that inspect happened. So if that was a finish, he was probably not going to get that shot off in time.
Yeah, scary situations, but wasn't the finish. Wasn't able to get wasn't able to get high enough quality flirts to quite get there. But man, I wonder if he hadn't gone for the briefcase, if that shot would have been taken.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would have or not, but we had to take that briefcase because Salmon was coming to get it. We had to stop him from getting that briefcase and really delaying the flirt even longer. But it ends up biting us either way.
Onward to Veranda we go, as Opie is once again playing from the spy side against Ada's sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And as a twin, we're going to be able to move around this big venue a little bit better than on Modern.
Oh, absolutely. But Opie was able to make Modern work.
Yeah, still every spy win so far, 3 for 3. So we'll see if we can get this flirt at the blue bookcase and start it off good again. Another white flirt to start off.
Man is a monster.
Oh, he cancels it to get the green test.
What an absolute hero. That is a play and a half right there, picking up the green test on the animation microfilm as well. So that's blue film in pocket and half a flirt done. Into the statues we go. Opie is not slowing down, my friends.
No, and if Opie goes to another bookcase, which presumably he will this game,
Oh,
Ada
hello, seduction target.
really needs to keep them on screen for the microfilm. It's bit him 3 times in a row, so he really needs to keep an eye on that second microfilm animation.
And that's the flirt done. We've got 2 inspects, blue microfilm in pocket, flirt done with 3 minutes left to play. In conversation now with the double agent as well, so Opie is absolutely flying. We have seen some very fast spy games coming out of these folks.
Banana bread.
Contact comes off.
It's a really long reject on that white banana bread, and Ada had it on screen, so he knows that was possibly the spy not being able to reject.
Yeah, that was long enough that you almost have to just take the drink afterwards to try to cover for how long it took. Into the green bookcase we go, not willing to risk it with Ada's positioning, though.
Yep, Ada said, I'm not watching the Amba on the far side of the map. I am only watching this twin at its second bookshelf.
So right back where it came from, that book goes, and out to the front of the party goes OpiWrites. We've already got the contact done, we've already got the flirt done, we've already got a lot of progress besides, and now a green time ad to add to the list.
Yeah, I think Opie realizes that he got kind of caught on being able to do microfilms so blatantly, and he thinks, I might need to slow this one down and maybe take my time to find a good spot for that second microfilm.
I'm surprised, though, because he has plenty of time still. Like, when he went and took that time ad, there were 2 minutes left to play.
Yeah, time can really slip by on Veranda, though. We do pick up the reject for the green purloin, and we're going to split from the conversation right after. Probably going to try and get this animation as he's looking for the list.
Here we go. There's the take on the purloin happening. No animation transfer as of yet. What's the reaction on the purloin? It doesn't look like much.
Hasn't looked. He's just watching the twin at that bookcase. He just now sees the tray.
That is both great and bad for OpiWrites at the same time. The bug while walking, but it gets caught. Ada finally manages to find a way to take down the spy of OpiWrites.
Yeah, he says, I'm not getting beat by this microfilm 4 games in a row. Just watches only that right arm from Twin while he's at the green bookcase 2 times in a row.
And it may not have been the microfilm, but it was that arm that made it happen. Ada starting to claw their way back into this. A lot of work still left to do, but that is exactly how it needs to start.
Yeah, we We finally got that sniper win that we so desperately needed in order to get back into this set. So still gonna need a spy win to bring it back, but a lot more doable than going down by that much again.
And Ada has already proved they can get a spy win by OpiWrites. Not by a lot, mind you, but just by enough, and that's all you need from the spy side. Unfortunately, the next game is still ongoing, so we can't quite show you if that's able to happen as of yet. Oh, here we go. Ready to start now. Ada on the spy, Opie on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yep, Ada as rocker again. Not sure if that's something that they really like or if it's just random. But just going to start off at this window pad, and time ads are not rocker's forte, so I wouldn't expect that to come out right away.
That is very true. Not going for any crazy early plays, no bugs, no swap shenaniganry. A nice slow start as we track down our seduction target is where we wind up currently. Green test on the first flirt as well to 51% is very nice to see.
Yeah, especially at a bookcase that we had a bunch of cover on. I don't think that Opie's going to really bother noticing that we were there with Duke. Opie getting burned a little bit right now by the fact that there's been 4 statue visitors, and Opie does not highlight for first inspect, so he's going to have a lot of memory. As Smallman's going to get his second inspect here and pick up the highlight.
Into statues we go fairly early on for our first pair of inspects, so that's very good against someone who doesn't highlight for statues necessarily, because if you can get a good amount of delay on your second statue visit, that can put some extra mental strain on your opponent.
Yeah, just all those people that he has to remember have half of their inspects done. We're just one in a crowd of many right now.
Love to see Smallman picking up fingerprints as we pick up our flirts. This one a white test up to 80%.
Yeah, I love seeing a frame target of Smallman when he already has 2 sets of inspects and a briefcase fingerprint done. So you know that all that has been noticed by OpiWrites.
Especially if it's Smallman, yeah. 2 minutes and 15 left on the clock. It's been a bit of a slow start from Ada, but we might be able to get a straight up conversation bug here, which is very unusual. There's the contact coming off.
Oh.
A little bit surprised we didn't go for the bug afterwards. Another contact immediately after is extremely unusual, but Smallman goes down to low light. No, it's a catastrophe.
Yeah, I think that we were going for that bug and we just had action priority issues. We do a second contact and ignore the action test. Was not expecting to contact, I don't think, there for Rocker.
Oh no, and gets highlight for a bug path with no bug involved because Opie wasn't at the angle needed to see it.
Yeah, there's a chance that we actually already had a bug in OpiWrites' mind as we entered the conversation next to Taft when we joined the double agent. But just adding another bug path there and finishing inspects, easy highlight for OpiWrites and definitely top of the list right now.
This is such a bad situation for Ada. In conversation with the seduction target to finish that up. No, the seduction target leaves. Everything's falling apart.
And we're going to white test Purloin on
Oh,
screen.
it's so sad. It's so sad, Manatters. Wait a second. Oh, no, never mind. He went for a bug and missed it.
Yeah, you can't do that Twitch bug. You're way too far away.
There's another contact coming off. No, you can't. You have a drink. You can't take that bug.
Yeah, not quite Fabsies. Can't get the drink bug.
There's
Enters,
another
talks next to Duke again. Gets shot.
All right, there's the shot. We finally got there. Oh, good lord.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if Opie ever even saw the list, but did not seem to care as Rocker was just too suspicious for him.
Yeah, the Purloin seems like it actually worked, but there was just everything was already falling apart at that point. It was just a mess.
Banana bread.
Oh, he did see the list. He did see the list. He started low lighting people, and
banana bread.
That's when he safetied off on us the first time.
All right, so that puts OpiWrites at match point. Ada needs 5 in a row versus OpiWrites one more game. It's not going to be an easy task. It's not over yet, but it's pretty close to as Opie picks up the spy side against Ada's sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yep, and on Pub and then Redwoods, um, I mean, if you're gonna have four games that you need to win, that's four possible games to win. But against Opie going into Redwoods and needing to win both games, that's just huge pressure.
Yeah. Pub is going to be hard as well. But no swap, no fingerprint. The inspects are absolutely still left on. There's the bug
Um,
coming through, and there's the shot coming through. Ada is on top of things.
Yep. Ada with the double zoom there on that conversation, sees the lean, takes the shot. It's a good idea from OpiWrites. He just needs to win one game, just get a bug by, and you've already won the set. So I like
Ma-
that play, but
Match play. You love to see it. Doesn't always work out in the individual games, but it doesn't need to. You just have to get there eventually. Ada now just needs 4 in a row, starting from the spy side of Pub in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And it's going to be statues off the top of the game.
and I love this. On Pub 305, if you get to start at a statue, that's so much better than going to statues after things have already happened. Because this is so much more innocent. AI could have taken anybody there at the very start of the game. It wasn't even a conscious decision.
That is very true. A little bit of a weird path slipping around the ambassador there, but not weird enough to draw the ire of Opie as we pick up a quick little. Was that not a Oh, right, Purloin's off. Of course it wasn't the
We're gonna have
delegate.
two prints right now.
I'm scared.
We
Yep,
have two
there's
prints
there's the
already.
prince. That's Prince. That's Prince done. I like actually insisting on this briefcase return though. Very few spies will actually do that.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see if we chase uh, General and try to get flirts done, or if we just go for a contact. It would have been really nice to just go in next to or into the other conversation with Salmon and get the real contact done.
I think that might have been a bridge too far. This is going to be scary, so we really need to make sure we are as inconspicuous about these flirts as possible. But I, I, I'm too scared. I'm too scared about the contact.
Yeah, taking the contact
Banana
now is
bread.
it's
Here it
so
is.
risky.
There it is.
Yeah,
Oh, the shot comes off, and Opie writes is able to pick up the game and pick up the match and finds himself through to the
yeah, and I
quarterfinals.
love that play in
Banana
so
bread.
many situations, but not when you're down and they're on match point because Opie just has no reason not to just take the shot on somebody finishing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what you have to do is go full on slow play there, commit to the silent game, and just hope you can get some really inconspicuous flirts.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, everything that Ada did there up until that banana bread was extremely AI-like, honestly.
Yeah.
Taking the drink and then being forced to take the briefcase, I mean, that's what he needed to do. So going for that contact, just pushing it a little bit too far, as you said.
Yeah, great stuff from both players, though. Opie writes just getting the better of Ada, making it happen a little bit more consistently. And it's going to be a shame to see Ada go because they played it pretty well, but Opie's a beast, man.
Yeah, Ada has been really showing up of late competitively. They've been grinding out dailies for over 6 months now, and now they're showing up in the real competitions, and they've been looking really